Hi everyone, welcome to Yoga with Heini. I'm Heini and today I'm going to take you through a short sequence for feet and legs. We are stretching and trying to release tension in the feet and the legs. Let's get started. For today's sequence, a small ball like a tennis ball or a massage ball would be a really handy prop. So bring some kind of a small ball next to your mat or onto your mat, and we're also going to use the wall as a prop today. So place your mat or your space somewhere where you have a small empty wall space. So we have legs up the wall pose in the very end. We're going to start by giving a massage to our feet. So I'm going to show using a tennis ball today. We're going to bring the tennis ball under one foot. It doesn't matter which foot you start with. And start to slowly rolling the foot on the ball so that the ball is massaging the sole of the foot. Go through the heel, go through the toes as well. And give some gentle pressure. About a minute or two per foot is plenty enough. If there's a sore spot somewhere, you can pause there for a moment. Kind of give gentle pressure for that tight, sore place. But most importantly, go through the whole foot. So visit the heel, visit the ball of the foot, visit the toes. Just slowly rolling, massaging the sole of the foot. It's often an area that we ignore or we don't really visit that often. So gentle massage for the foot in the beginning. Good, I think that's enough for our first foot. For a moment to stand on your 2 feet and notice if there is any difference in the sensations between the feet. And then let's go to the other foot. So now bring the ball under the second foot and start to do the same. So slowly rolling the ball along the sole of the foot. That fascia line that comes from the sole of the foot attaches to the whole back line of your body. So just by releasing the feet, we can actually start creating a release higher up as well. That line of fascia attaches all the way to your scalp, all the way to your head. So we'll also release that full line as we're just massaging the feet. We'll give another moment to massage that second foot. And again, if you feel that there is a sore, kind of tight spot somewhere, you could gently give pressure to that spot, but then continue again, going through the whole foot. And don't be aggressive. It shouldn't hurt. It's just a gentle massage. Good. And I think that's enough for the second foot. Again, just take a moment to stand on those 2 feet. Notice how they feel. And then we're going to continue, go to the whole back line. I'll put those balls aside. We don't need them anymore. You can put your balls somewhere next to the mat. And bring your feet about hip width apart. We're going to slowly roll through the spine and start to open the backs of the legs more. So start from the head, slowly roll down through the spine. You can soften your knees as you come down and just slowly come all the way down into your full forward bend. And you decide how much you want to bend the knees, or would you rather keep the legs more straight? Try not locking the knees, so just a bit of bend in the knees. And we're getting that opening, lengthening for the whole back line of the legs. And here you can try a bit shifting the weight from the front of the foot to the heels. See if that changes at all where
you feel the stretch, where you feel maybe some lengthening, opening happening. We'll take another few breaths in and out here. You can even gently lean onto the hands if you want to shift the weight further forward. Because even a small change in where we lean in the forward bend, it might affect quite a lot where we feel the pose. One more breath in and out. Start to slowly bend your knees more. Bring your both hands firmly on the mat, and then slowly come down onto hands and knees. So step your knees down onto the mat. And now we're going to leave the toes tucked under, and then exhale, lean the pelvis back into child's pose, but leave the toes tucked under so we get a bit more of a stretch in the toes and the soles of the feet. You could lean all the way down with the head, with the chest. And take another few breaths, keeping the toes tucked under. And then slowly, with your next couple of breaths, release the toes and stay in child's pose. Now you can let the pelvis maybe lean a bit further down and back as you release the toes, as you release the feet. And take another few breaths in and out here. Just notice how the toes, how the feet feel after that stretch. And then slowly, with the next few breaths, bring yourself back onto hands and knees. And now you can choose if you leave your toes relaxed or if you want to tuck the toes under. We're going to come into a few cat-cows, focusing especially on moving the pelvis, the hip area. With your next breath, slowly round your back and try to tuck your tail under slightly. And from there, with the next breath, lift your tailbone up, so coming into a small back bend. You can open your chest forward as well. Same again, breathing in, breathing out. Round your back, so the cat stretch, and think about tucking the tail under. And from there, next breath going the opposite way. Allow the tail to lift up, so allow the whole pelvis to tilt the other way. 2 more rounds with your own breath, rounding the spine. Focus on the pelvis, tuck the tail gently under. And the next breath, think about lifting the tail up. So now pelvis tilting the opposite way. Open the chest. Let's do 1 more round with your own breath. Coming into that cat, tail coming under. And then once more, think about turning the tail up, opening the chest gently. And then bring yourself back to neutral onto hands and knees. And from here, lean your pelvis back. Come sitting down and bring your legs in front of you. We're going to come into reclining butterfly pose. We're going to bring the back all the way down onto the mat. And then bring your feet quite close together. Open your knees out to the sides. And you can modify the shape by sliding feet further away from the hips. So it's like a wider diamond shape in the legs. Or you can bring the feet very close to your hips. So we get a bit of opening going through the inner thighs, the groin area. Just make sure there's no pain in the knees or in the hips. You can also bring arms higher up along the mat here. And take a few more breaths here. If having feet close together starts to feel uncomfortable, painful, try sliding the feet wider apart. It's still a butterfly shape, it's just a different angle in your hips. Take one more breath in and out. Then with the next couple of breaths, slowly bring your hands and arms down if you have them higher up. Bring hands to the outer sides of your thighs, your legs, and with the help of your hands, slowly close the legs. Bring thighs closer together. And from here we come into the figure 4 pose. So now leave your right foot on the mat and open your left hip. So you bring your left ankle somewhere on the right thigh, the top of the thigh. And this could be plenty enough. You could stay here, maybe with the left hand gently open that left hip. Or if you want to go further, hug your right knee closer to your belly, closer to your chest. And you can reach hands behind the right thigh, so you're gently kind of drawing the legs closer to the chest. So we are looking for some opening in the left buttock, around the left hip, maybe the left thigh. If you want, you can even extend your right leg up into the air. And maybe reach hands to that right calf, or maybe to that, even to that right ankle. And you could few round circle that right foot, right ankle, again giving some attention, some movement for the foot, for the ankle, even the toes. And then slowly, slowly bend the right knee. If you have your right leg up, slowly bring both feet back down to the mat. And we'll do a few windshield wipers here. Swinging the legs a few rounds from side to side. And then we're going to do this figure 4 pose to the other side. So now leave your left foot on the mat. Open your right hip. So right ankle or foot comes onto the left thigh. And again, this might be plenty enough here. With the right hand, you could help that right hip to open a bit. Or hug your left thigh closer to the belly, closer to the chest. Again, you could reach hands to the back of the left thigh. Don't be forceful. Be gentle to your legs. There could be quite big stretch around the right buttock, right thigh. And again, if you want, you can even extend the left leg up into the air. Maybe walk hands closer to the calf, even ankle. If you have long arms, you can reach closer to the ankle. And then you could circle the left foot, left ankle a few times. Allow the toes to move as well. You could do it in both directions. And then slowly, slowly start to release that left leg down. Bring your both feet onto the mat. And again, do a few windshield wipers, so giving some movement after that longer pose. Check the shoulders and neck are soft as well. And then The moment we've been maybe all looking, the moment we've been all maybe looking forward to or waiting for, we're going to come into legs up the wall pose. So now shuffle yourself close to a wall and bring your legs up onto the wall. And I suggest getting your buttocks really close to the wall so your legs can just go straight up on the wall. You don't need to tense them. You decide how close or how far apart you want your feet to be. And just let your legs rest there. It's a very great pose if you spent time on your feet, on your legs. Getting your feet up and allowing them to relax, allowing them to release tension. And just like in butterfly, if you want to release arms higher up, you could. And we'll spend here good 5 to 10 breaths. If you start to feel a bit of tingling in the legs, that's okay. If the feet go numb, then I suggest bringing the legs down. But a bit of kind of tingling sensation is okay. We often spend our days with feet on the mat, feet on the floor, feet on the ground. So now bringing the feet above the heart, bring your feet to the highest point. It might create some gentle tingling sensation in the feet. Especially when we stay a bit longer. Now this could be a nice pose to stay for several minutes. This is the last pose of the practice. So if you want to stay here longer, stay here as long as you want, as long as you feel good. But if you start to feel now it's been long enough, we're going to slowly start closing the practice. So when you feel ready to let go of your legs up the wall pose, bring hands and arms down back next to the sides, and then slowly start to bend your legs. So slide the feet down along the wall, hug the legs. Just notice how the feet feel here. And then slowly roll down onto one side. It's probably the easiest way to come out from the pose. Roll down to one side. And then you could bring yourself into a seat. Or like I said, if you want to continue with legs up on the wall, you're very welcome to do so. But this is the end of our practice together. Thank you very much for joining in. If you like the sequence, if you like the video, give it a thumbs up, leave a comment below, and also subscribe to the channel. If you hit the little bell icon, you'll be notified immediately of any new videos that I publish. Thank you, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye.